and welcome back to Stardew Valley. I feel like it's been a while since I've done one of these. Actually, I don't even know how long it's been since I played Stardew. Oh man. Please forgive me if I am, like, just kind of a little tired today. My husband and I decided... Okay, well, more or less, he decided to adopt a fourth dog. So today we've been doing kind of a little bit of the meet and greet, and boy, am I tired. One could say I'm dog tired. But yeah, today is farming day, and we actually had a couple votes in today, but looks like the regular Stardew Valley, because now I have modded Stardew Valley. So regular Stardew Valley won. So we're gonna get in there. We are in year 3. Man, that just seems so weird. And I have over 300 hours in this game between my old farm and my new farm. Man, oh man. And I actually started a modded playthrough, like just me playing by myself. So, yeah, now I have that one going too. Okay, so we'll end on George's birthday. Oh, no, I missed it. This is so weird playing on the PlayStation again, because I've been playing on the computer. Okay, clear and sunny tomorrow, and it's going to rain on the island. These spirits are very happy today. And... okay, so fish focus the walleye. You can find this fish on rainy evenings during the fall and winter. It can be found in any freshwater location. I think... so that's what, rivers and ponds, I think? Have I caught a walleye yet? Like, trying to remember. Yes, I have. Okay, grab that. Aw. Oh, wait. Crap. I'm like a little rusty. Okay, so give that to Sam. I'm just kidding, I didn't marry you for the money. Well, I certainly hope not. Although then again, I was thinking of my other playthrough and was like, because I have no money. And then I looked up and I'm like, oh, I do have a lot of money. Never mind. 4 and 5. Little Reed, he's so cute. Yeah, it is very, very strange to be back on the PlayStation. Anastasia, I made you a little treat this morning in the saloon. Dig in. Your friend Gus. Okay, let me plug in my controller. There we go. Okay, so Gus made us bean hot pot. Okay. It's weird because since I've restarted it in the modded Stardew, now I'm just like, whoa, like, there's so much stuff now. Although I did kind of go a little overboard with the mods, so in my modded Stardew, the world is just like ginormous. And now, instead of like really trying to get all the stuff for the community center, now I just spend my time running around, seeing people, talking to people. Hello! Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am just taking care of the animals and talking about my modded Stardew series that well, I call it a series, it's just me playing modded Stardew, and I have way too many mods. So, like, at first I thought this farm was big, but no, this farm is very tiny compared to the one on my modded Stardew. I honestly didn't think that I would have that much stuff to do. Like, I was like, oh, like, I've played Stardew, like, I've already been through it, like, twice, so, like, what more could there be? Then I found the world of mods, and now I live in a very dangerous place, because I just keep adding and Oh my gosh. It's crazy. That farm on my modded one is probably twice the size of this one. Like, the beach map, it's probably, like, actually, more like 3 times as big. Um, yeah, I mentioned in the intro, I'm like, I really hope you guys don't mind. I am so tired. Because my husband thought it would be a great idea to adopt a 4th dog. So we've been, oh, I say we, I have been having to deal with the meet and greet between all the dogs, and it's been awful. Like, the initial meeting was not good. All of our dogs went ballistic, and I thought that we were going to have a fight. They were all in their kennels, so, like, luckily they weren't just, like, out and about. But the one dog that I was, like, absolutely, like, I was 100% sure, I'm like, oh, she'll be fine. I was like, Rom loves other dogs. Like, she'll be great. Oh, she lost it. And then Mia responded pretty much how I thought she would. Like, I was like, I know she's not going to be happy. She's going to be snarling and growling, which she did. But, like, she kind of calmed down after a little while. And then Tony was the wild card because I have, like, no idea how he would respond because he's never been around any other dogs but ours. So I'm like, okay, like, I have no idea how Tony's gonna respond, or how this new dog will respond to him. So, like, this is gonna be a little bit of a steep learning curve, but it'll be fine, like, and Tony is surprisingly the most chill. I think the only thing Tony's concerned about is, will he get as many pets as he did before? I'm like, yes, Tony, I will still love you, even though we have this new dog. And the new dog is a pit bull, and he's still pretty much like a puppy. Like, he's only about a year old. So he is, like, hyper. So, since I can't have all of them out at the same time, I have to kind of, like, shuffle and rotate them, but I don't want to leave him alone by himself outside. So I have to go out there with him, and then he's just, like, running full send from one side of the yard to the next. I'm like, I'm just tired looking at you. Yeah, he's gonna be okay. Like, it's gonna be fine. It's just this initial day, and I was off work today, but my husband wasn't, so he's at work, and I'm the one having to kind of wrangle the dogs. And it wouldn't be so much of an issue, but Rom is a very big dog, and Mia's a medium-sized dog, so trying to handle them both at the same time, because I have to take him out on the leash so they don't run up to his kennel and, like, try to, like, get him. So, like, just this fine balance, and then he, since he is a pit bull, he is strong. This boy is just, like, double muscled. Like, he's so muscular. And he does this thing where he'll, like, drop his shoulders down, and he'll, like, get into the ground, and he'll just, like, my husband calls it 4 low. Like, he just plows through anything. He's so strong. So, yeah, trying to keep a hold of him is, like, ridiculous. I used to think that they were scary, but honestly, I'm more afraid of Chihuahuas than I am afraid of pit bulls. And my husband has a friend who he has 4 of them. He used to have 5, but one of them just passed away. And honestly, they are just some of the sweetest, goofiest dogs. Their thing is they're big. They're sturdy, very stout, and they're just very muscular. But honestly, like I said, I'm more afraid of Chihuahuas because I've actually had worse experiences with Chihuahuas than I have with pit bulls. I think any large dog has the potential to be dangerous, but no one breed more than the rest. Because, if I'm perfectly honest, my Border Collie could actually inflict, and probably would, inflict more damage on somebody than that pit bull would. His name is Atlas, and he is just the sweetest. But like I said, he's just hyper. And yes, according to like where they report like dog bites and stuff, Chihuahuas and Jack Russell Terriers are the two most common dog bites that kids receive. Kids, adults, like pretty much anyone. Like out of dog attacks, those are the two most likely. And I named him Atlas because my husband was just like, he is so strong, because I didn't get to meet him first. So, I guess I'm going to pause and tell you the story of how we ended up with Atlas. So, last Monday, Hubs was at work, and they were finishing up at a job. He does construction, and this dog comes running up to his coworker, and is just like immediately jumping on him, just like wants to play, like kind of like just wrestling around. And my husband walked out of the house, and the dog just like runs up to him and is just like loving on him, and he immediately falls in love because this coworker is the one who has the pit bulls, and we go over to his house a lot and kind of hang out, and we absolutely adore their dogs, so he wanted one. Well, so they're playing with this dog, and then their boss comes up, and he like just immediately starts playing with this dog, and so this dog just like loves everyone. And this sketchy guy comes up on a bike. I was like, "Oh, hey, that's my dog." And they're like, "Okay," like, and my hubs, my husband's boss was like, "So, what's his name?" And the guy goes, "Oh, it's Hooch." And so they start like kind of calling the dog's name, and he's not responding to the name. So they're like, "Yeah, I can kind of tell this is not your dog." And the guy was like, "Oh, well, do you guys want him? Like, this is a very expensive dog. He's not full pit, but, yeah." I know, right? I know. So, like, who gives away a dog like that? But he was like, "Well, you didn't call the cops yet, did you? Because, like, or animal control." He's like, "Well, cops just don't understand pit bulls, and, this, that, and the other." And so they were just like, this is kind of sketchy. And the boss was just like, "Oh, yeah, like, I'll take him." And so the guy just leaves the dog with them. And his boss was just like, "So I'm going to take him to the pound." And my husband's like, "Wait, what? Why?" And he's like, "Oh, I thought you actually wanted him." He goes, "No, I just could tell that wasn't his dog." So Hubs was just like, "Oh, well, okay, like, I kind of want him." So they took him to the pound and to like do the chip check and whatnot. And he was told that if the dog wasn't claimed in 3 days, that we could have him. Like, we could adopt him. So, okay, Well, I found out later that he was chipped, and his name was Boy. Boi. Boy. That was his name. And they had gotten a hold of the owner, or they called him twice, and he didn't answer. But then I guess the next day, they did get a hold of him, and they called him every day. The first day they got in contact with him, he said, "Oh yeah, I'll come pick up the dog." Never did. So the staff at the shelter were very, very upset, because they're like, "Okay, we know, like, he knows we have his dog," which it was not the same guy. It was not the same guy as the sketchy guy on the bike. But they were like, he said he would come get the dog, and he hasn't. He knows where he is. Obviously, he doesn't care. Because they couldn't get in contact, like, they couldn't get a hold of him again. Like, they kept trying, but he wasn't answering, so they told us, because we were calling, like, every day. We were calling, we were checking with a friend who worked there, like, "Hey, is he still there? Like, we still want him." And so they told us that they would give him to us for $30, which is, like, way less expensive than the actual adoption fee. But they're like, "We know that you guys want him. You've been interested. Like, you keep asking. So, yeah, if he's not claimed, you can have him." So we had to wait for the 5 days to be up, and then for him to have his behavioral evaluation, which they did this morning, and then we picked him up this morning, and now we have him, and now I'm exhausted because my other dogs are freaking out. So yeah, that is the story. And his name is Atlas Octavius. And he is a strong boy. He is very, very sweet, but man, that is a whole lot of pupper. I finally got them to be out in the garage in their kennels without barking at each other. Yeah, it's a very long story, but my husband just wanted him so bad, and I was like, but we already have 3 dogs. And yeah, so now I have a 4th dog. And when he comes home, he can deal with them, because I'm so dang tired. And it's not that they're, like, super bad, it's just they need to, like, get used to each other. Also, I have no idea what I'm doing. What? Okay, so we're already, like, best friendos. Except for Kent. My father-in-law and I apparently are not friends. I guess I can take something to Kent and the dwarf. Gotta make friends with the dwarf. And then my kids, it's just gonna take us a little while. The dwarf can have an aquamarine. And then I need chestnut, or hazelnuts, not chestnuts. I said chestnuts because I was going to make roasted hazelnuts, but then my brain was like, Christmas, you know, roasting chestnuts. I'm like, no, that's not that's not the thing. But yeah. So now we have him, and he's a big boy. He's cute. He's really cute, but he is still a puppy. And I remember when Rom was a puppy, I told my husband, I was like, I don't know if I can have another puppy. I was like, I almost didn't live through Rom being a puppy. Rom almost didn't live through Rom being a puppy. That's the reason we have a 2nd dog, because Rom couldn't handle being alone. And then we got a 3rd dog, because I like cats, and I felt bad because I couldn't have one, so Hubs was like, oh, just get a small dog. Yeah. I can't. I have brought back wonderful memories for my father-in-law. And it's so sad, because Kent's got, like, PTSD. But yeah, it's just gonna take some time. And, like I said, they're even doing better than they were this morning. Because this morning when I brought him back, oh, they hated it. But now, like I said, they can be in the garage together without, like, barking at each other. Although I did find out the heater turning on startles him. And so when he gets startled, he freaks out, and then the rest of them start going berserk because all of a sudden he's moving a lot. Honestly, I don't mind having 3 dogs. Like, having 3, because everyone said they're like, oh my gosh, you're crazy having 3 dogs. 3 was not bad. And I can handle 4, so long as they're not trying to, like, kill each other. Honestly, when you get a group that kind of works together, it's like you have less dogs than you actually do. Because once we got Tony, and, you know, Tony's such a sweetheart, but when we got him, like, we had to do the same thing. We had to keep them separated. Mia tried to eat him a couple times, because Tony's a Chihuahua. And, yeah, Mimi tried to eat him a couple times. So, we had to keep him separate. He had to be in the kennel outside when the girls were out, and vice versa. So, like, it was a lot of just the same stuff. We just had to make sure that they weren't going to, or that the girls weren't going to hurt him. There's no way he can hurt the girls because he's itty-bitty. But once they just get acclimated, it'll be fine. Until then, though, I'm just going to be, like, permanently exhausted. Because seriously, trying to hold him back from whatever it is he wants to do, oh my gosh. Best of luck. I don't understand how Hubs is just, like, he can, like, almost pick him up and just carry him. Bro, he's heavy. He's heavy and he's strong. guess I can collect these things. I'm like trying to figure out, I'm like, what exactly am I trying to do here? All I know is next stop is buying a bunch of sheep when that barn is done. Oh, wait, she's building it. Never mind. I have to wait until... Because I don't like to get animals and move them in until they have the auto feeders, because I do not have the presence of mind to actually go in there and feed them every day. So, poor Robin, just working out in the rain. I was a little bit surprised when regular Stardew won. I did not think that was going to happen. Oh. And look, see? Now I make like 33,000 gold in one day, and on my modded farm, since it's the very beginning again, I'm just like, oh, yay, I made $200! It sucks being back at the bottom. Okay, let's see. Water those. When is Reed going to grow up? Let's see. Oh, it's gonna rain. And it's going to rain on the Fern Islands. Okay. Spirits are neutral. Well, you can't have it all. Okay. Cactus fruit for Sam. One of the things that threw me off the most about the modded Stardew, there's so many people. In this one, there's only like 28 villagers? In modded Stardew, there's like 67. Yeah, Rom cried a lot when we first brought her home, and so she'd wake me up at like 4 o'clock in the morning just crying and howling. But all the dogs sleep in the garage because it has its own heater and air conditioner, and there's more space in the garage. So yeah, they sleep in there, and so when we moved her out there when we got Mia, and then since she had Mia with her, she calmed down. So I'm like, yeah, it's fine. But now Atlas is just, he's it's new, and he's not used to being in a kennel yet. He's not kennel trained. So he's just kind of a loud baby, but they'll be good. Hello there, dear. I hope your farm is doing well. I'm sending you a little something from my kitchen. I hope it didn't crumble in the mail. Evelyn, why? I love it. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the baked goods, but why do you insist on sending them through the mail? That just does not seem like the best of ideas. Okay, there we go. Water lake cat. Okay. Also, it's very nice that on the PlayStation, my, I don't accidentally click things, because my mouse, for some odd reason, it will randomly start clicking things. I don't know if there's like a problem with the mouse, if it's just like, if something's broken, or if something's just kind of stuck, but every now and then it'll just click the left mouse button, and I'm like, I didn't do that. Like, I didn't want to click whatever that was. So now, it's not like I'm going to accidentally click and eat something. Be free, my animals! Be free! So many chickens. Next stop is being able to convince my husband to let me have chickens. I used to have a chicken and a duck when I was a kid, and I loved them. I thought they were awesome, but yeah, it's been quite a while. Although also trying to convince my husband to convince his father to have him raise a pig for us. Because this is gonna sound so bad, but I would like to raise, or to have him, because he has land kind of out on the outskirts of town, so it's not as like central as us, but they had pigs a couple years back, and we took them to slaughter, and it was good food. And it's also, like, at this point, probably easier and, like, healthier than to buy it from the store. But I'm like, I'm like, babe, like, do you think we can convince your dad to raise a pig for us? And he's like, he's like, I bet he probably would. I'm like, well, at least I wouldn't have to do it. I can't be attached like that. Like, I would get attached, and then I'd want to name it, and then we'd just have problems. You cannot eat food that you name. Or at least I can't. I would be way too sad. Yeah, all of my dogs, in one way or another, are rescues. Because Andromeda was our first. I got her after my dog Andrew passed away. And she was from the pound. And then Rom needed a friend. So my father-in-law is very bad about taking care of dogs. So, yeah, Andy was 8 years old, and he had acute kidney failure. So I didn't even, like, know what was happening, because he wasn't really showing any signs. Just, like, unless you know exactly what you're looking for, most people can't spot kidney failure when it happens, because, like, he would drink a lot of water, and then he'd get sick, which, I mean, I thought was just, him getting excited, because we had just moved, my husband and I had just moved into our new house, and Andrew was living at my mom's house, and when we brought him here, he, like, would get really, really excited, so I was like, oh, well, maybe he's just, he'd drink his water, and then he'd get excited, and then just, kind of get sick, and so I really didn't know, and he lost his balance once, so, like, I thought, I'm like, yeah, that's a little weird, so maybe I'll give him, like, a week, and then if he's not better, I'll take him to the vet, and it was only, like, 2 days after that he passed away, and so, yeah, I was, like, traumatized, and I remember, because I had a schedule with him, like, right before bed, I'd go and I'd take him out, I'd play with him a little bit, and then I'd bring him in, I'd put him in his kennel, and I'd go to sleep, and then I'd wake up in the morning and let him out, play with him a little bit, and so on and so forth. And I remember after he passed, that next night, I just kind of, like, wandered around the house, just, like, aimlessly. Like, I didn't know what to do with myself. And it absolutely broke my husband's heart. So he was like, maybe we need to get you another dog. And of course at first I was like, no, I was like, I can't get another dog, and he's like, I think it might be good for you. So that's how we got Rom. And then my father-in-law is very bad about taking care of dogs. With livestock he's fine, but with, like, house pets, no. So he had a bunch of he had 2 male border collies, and then Mia, and then my sister-in-law's Chihuahua. And, he wasn't really taking very good care of her, so we, were like, well, like, can we bring her over to our house and see if our dogs get along with her and whatnot? Well, dog at the time. And so he's like, oh yeah, sure, like, he didn't care, so we're like, cool. So we brought her over, and she ended up going into heat at our house, and we're like, we can't take her back because the males aren't fixed, and she's only, like, 8 months old. Like, she doesn't need puppies right now. And she just never went back. So we've had her ever since. And she's a little crazy, but we love her. And then Tony, the Chihuahua, he was actually rescued. There was an old lady who had him, and she really just couldn't take care of him anymore. And so we decided that because he was taken in by another lady, and she was fostering him, but she's like, I have too many dogs of my own, like, I can't take care of him. And so we're like, oh, okay, like, we'll take him. And yeah, so Tony came home with us, and then Mimi tried to eat him. And now he's just a spoiled, rotten little brat. He's spoiled and he knows it, but I don't think he minds. But yeah, so we've rescued our dogs, and I love all of them. And I really, really hope that Atlas is able to integrate into the family successfully. I don't think I need anything else. Yeah, just, it's gonna be a work in progress. What time is it? It's 2:20? We'll be fine on time. But yeah, I feel like I've always had pets, and just dogs in general. Like, I've had our very first dog that we got when I was 1. Her name was Amber, and we had her until second semester of my senior year of high school. So we had her for a very, very long time. And she just finally, we had to put her down just because she was really old and her body wasn't working right anymore. Like, her legs stopped working. And I felt so bad for her. But she passed peacefully. And then we had Trinity, who she had mange, like, really bad. And so she was just kind of a miserable dog, but we tried our very best to take care of her and, like, keep her comfortable, but she actually ended up getting parvo, and so she passed away, which was just absolutely devastating for young me. But, and then after Trinity passed, about, like, 2 years later, 2 or 3 years, is when we got Andrew, and Andrew was mine. He was my first dog that was just mine. And then my sister got a dog named Adrian. My mom broke the tradition of the A names. She ended up naming her dog Thomas. So at one point in the house we had Amber, Adrian, Andrew, and Thomas. Look, Gembird. But yeah, it's interesting. Do you like cats though? Like, I find that most people I know do not like cats. And I'm like, but I love cats. I think they're adorable. And I think most people who don't like cats, their problem is cats are not as, like, openly affectionate, is what I've, like, heard people complain about. But, like, I had a cat, her name was Pixie Ann. She came with the name Pixie. I added the Ann. But Pixie just loved people. Like, she was just the sweetest. Okay, look at that. So, produce and forage, we are 95%. So close. Obelisks, I have 1. There's so much money, though. No golden clock. I have not finished the Monster Slayer Hero. But I have not finished that. I'm close on friends, though. Much closer than last time. I'm already leveled up all the way. Stupid star drops. Have not finished that. And I need to get on the cooking. The cooking and the crafting. I actually need to, like, really start doing that. 85% of the fish. And 113 of 130 golden walnuts. For a grand total of 47%. We are not doing so hot. Okay. Oh boy. Do I want to try that? That's probably going to be a headache. Might as well. Watch me completely forget that I accepted that quest and just be like, what's that? Oh gosh. I don't even think I've caught all the regular ones. I think I've caught the... I think I've caught the radioactive one and the glacier fish? I think those are the two that I've caught. I have them in a tank at the house. Be gone, ye slimes! No making baby slimes. We don't need that. Oh my gosh, I'm being mauled. I never get anything, like, super good from those. Like, they gave me taro tubers and coal. That's not good. I would have liked better. I'm kind of hoping that somebody's going to vote for modded Stardew, because I'm actually really excited about that one. Like I said, the map is huge. There's like a ton more people. And I don't know, it's so fun. Because since I've played through Stardew once all the way, like I've already gotten a completionist once. But like my second one, like I'm pretty, oh gosh. But I'm decently far in this one. So restarting on a new map that has, like, so many new things, like, it's really fun. I think that you guys would like it, but I guess we'll see. And it's funny because I was talking to somebody, and I want to say it was my friend JD, and she was just like, why, you know... Because, what was it? Somebody voted for something. I think it was Slime Rancher. Slime Rancher won, but I didn't want to play Slime Rancher. And so she's like, why don't you just, she's like, why don't you just, you know, take Slime Rancher off the menu? I was like, because I want you guys to be able to vote and, you know, have the freedom to choose, but, like, dang it! Like, sometimes I don't like what people pick. But I guess I have set up the rules that way, so 'tis what it is. Yeah, okay, so the farm has changed dramatically from the point that you're at, because this is episode 97? This is either episode 97 or 98. So yeah, I've been through a lot. Many things have changed in 90-something episodes. Also, yeah, I saw your number of comments, so you're definitely in the running for the I guess, I don't know if it's like an episode. Like, I don't exactly know how to call it, but we might actually get to play together. Yeah, I was not expecting that many comments, and honestly, I've just been so busy today with the stinking dogs. You're after her? Well, I think you definitely surpassed, so... Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I wonder what she's going to do. If she's gonna retaliate. So far, it's just been really fun to see kind of like what people have thought about previous episodes and whatnot. Okay, let's see. I don't know. I think she's up for the challenge. How many bananas do I have? Because I think I need bananas for the obelisk. Is that enough bananas? I don't even know. At this point, I'm not sure of anything. And also, yeah, about remembering when things are open and when things are closed. Okay, so I was off by a couple episodes. It's been a day. It's been a day. Be great. Be gracious with me. I've had a day. Yeah, I honestly, it's hard for me to keep track of all the episodes. Because most of the time it just surprises me. Like, I honestly thought that... I didn't think I had as many episodes of The Outer Worlds as I do. Because the finale was episode 25? Although, speaking of things I never thought would happen, when I did the finale for The Outer Worlds, I fully expected for that one to take hours. Because when I did my personal playthrough, it took me hours. That end boss, I could not defeat it. It took me so long. And then I couldn't even defeat it by myself, like, I couldn't fight it. I actually had to go in and switch my skills around and then do, like, a go-around. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun, trying to figure that one out. Oh, yeah, I always forget that that's down there. Whoopsies. Don't mind me, I'm not making much sense right now. Okay, can I accomplish my goal before it is time to go to sleep? Before I pass out. This is going to be fun. This is a test of how fast can my character run and how well can I control my character. Also, so at the very beginning of this series, the reason that this character is a redhead was because in my first playthrough, I thought it was absolutely hilarious that there are so many redheads in this dang town. Well, with the... Oh, really? This has happened to me before. I know for a fact that this happened to me before. Dang it. Did I close all the barns? I really hope I did. But yeah, with the Stardew Valley expanded, there's more redheads! I'm like, does it never end? Okay, there we go. Holy cow, I made a lot of money today. Jeez. Oh, it was the truffles. That's what did it. And then the cranberries. Cranberries make a lot of money. Okay. We're just raking in the dough. Oh, he's crawling! Oh, look! Oh my gosh! Okay, now I'm like super stoked because Reed's crawling. Oh, he's so cute. So now I'm going to have to hunt for him every morning. Okay, let's see. Cloudy. Clear and sunny. The spirits are in good humor. So we've had... the spirits were in a great mood the first day, now they're... And then they were neutral, and now they're... pleased. Why do I keep... Ugh, I know I've already read, or learned all the recipes. Might be a good day to sit back and jam on the guitar. Well, you do you. And, of course, neither of those fit. I have 2 fridges for a reason. Also, I don't think I got my kiss. You can relax too if you want. My mom really hates dandelion. I guess everyone has their hang-ups. Okay. Yeah, you do you, hun. I gotta go take care of all these animals. I feel like the title of this episode, Farmhouse, Madhouse, that's how I feel. My house is an absolute madhouse right now. Oh look, Robin's actually giving... she's giving some of my stuff back. I've only spent how many millions of dollars in her business? I almost just sold that. Oops. Okay, I've been curious. Okay, so trying to. Okay, just hang out up there. Yeah. So 7 point rounded up 7.3 million gold is what I have earned, and I only have 1.7. Okay, 1.8 rounded up. So yeah, I've spent all that money between Robin, Pierre, and Marnie. They have all my money. Honestly, single-handedly fueling this economy. It's ridiculous. Oh look, my dinosaurs have left eggs. Are you... I think you're still a baby bunny. You are. Ingrid, my baby bunny. We're gonna hatch another dinosaur. Because if I didn't already have too many animals, I will now. Oh my gosh, this game's starting to sound like my real life. I'm... Atlas is gonna be so interesting to introduce to people, because I have a feeling people are going to have very polarizing opinions of him. So they're either going to, like, love him or hate him. And I really hope he can leave a good impression, because I love my dogs. So, picking between my dogs or my human friends. I have a feeling my dogs would win. So my husband's coworker who has all the pit bulls, he has one, and her name is Nina. And Nina, her nickname is Best Friend Nina, because Nina is just the sweetest dog that has ever lived. And I want Nina so bad, I love her. And I told my husband, I was like, I just miss Nina. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, I love her so much, and I miss being around her. And he was just like, what? I was like, yeah. I was like, I miss Nina more than some of my human friends. I was like, it sounds awful of me, but honestly, like, 10 out of 10. I miss Nina more than I do some people. I'm a little bit antisocial if no one's picked that up yet. Oh, look. We have another animal. Okay. Let's see. I think I've already gone through the alphabet like 3 times. Yeah, we're on the 4th one. So, let's see. It's a J. And this is a void chicken. Void chicken. Okay. So, let's see. For J's, we have Juniper, Jeanette, Jolene. What other J names? I like looking at the prediction just to see the January. Just jobs join June, July. We will go with... We're gonna go with Julianne. Close the notebook. Why didn't you get to me before I wrote it down? I was like, okay, I just got it written down, and then all of a sudden you come in with Josephine. That would have been nice. Okay, the next J is probably going to be Josephine. But Julianne is already written down. I should have thought of it. Should have thought of Josephine. There she is. My little chicken. Out of all of the chickens, so there's... Don't eat that. Let me count. There's 5 different kinds of chickens in this game, and I think The void and the blue chickens are probably tied for my favorites. I just think they're cute. The blue ones and their little curly tails, I absolutely love those. And then the void chickens, they're just cool. Oh, speaking of void chickens, the void salmon, is it? Yeah, those are void salmon. They left me a void egg, but I already have too many. I have too many chickens. Okay. Dude, no, stop trying to eat things! I swear that's the biggest problem with this game, is if you don't click just the right spot, they're like, can I eat this? I'm like, no! I'm like a toddler. Like, stop trying to eat things. Also, does this ever happen to anybody else? When you're in your house and, like, the temperature is kind of at that weird in-between, like, it's almost cold, but not quite cold, but it's at the same temperature that it's been at all day, but it's still just, it feels different. I set my thermostat at 69, and it's been there all day, yet for some odd reason, it's cold right now. I'm like, but if I go check the thermostat, it'll say that it's still the same temperature. I'm like, why do you do that? I'm like, why does the temperature do that? Well, the only reason is 68's too cold and 70's too hot. So we have to go with that, the golden in between, and it says, yep, 69 degrees. It's funny, because every guy who ever comes over to the house, they get a kick out of that. I'm like, it's just the number for the temperature. Oh, although, okay, there is one specific light fixture in my house. That's probably not a story for a live stream, just because, you know, children can watch YouTube. But on Discord, if I ever do that, the Q&A, somebody needs to bring that up, because, yeah, there's a light fixture in my house that has a very interesting story. Disnerd knows exactly what I'm talking about, because she's heard that story before, but yeah, there's a very interesting light fixture. I'm gonna have to post a picture of it. Yeah, everyone... So I told that story at work, and now everyone gives me crap about that stupid light. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, it was there when we moved in. Like, I'm like, don't make me feel bad. Honestly, though, like, everyone knows about it now. So, that lamp is, like, well, it's not really a lamp, but that light fixture is legendary. And yes, the realtor is the one who brought it up to us. But yeah, remind me and I'll type the story or I'll actually go on the voice chat. You know what, actually, for all of my subscribits, those of you who are subscribed on YouTube, followed on Twitch, and joined my Discord channel, you guys will get to hear the story. So I think maybe either after I'm done with this stream or like tomorrow, I will go onto the audio channel and I will tell you guys the story. It's a pretty funny story. Why am I trying to... I'm still, like, thinking from the perspective of my other farm on my modded one. Because on my modded one, I'm still keeping pretty much everything, because, you know, you never know when you're gonna need something. But... Oh, no! I knew that was gonna be a problem. I should have pushed that further down, because now it's a problem. Now I'm accidentally teleporting when I don't want to. But But yeah, that'll be a little prize for you guys. Because trying to get, and I know it kind of sucks sometimes because people are like, oh, you know, oh, I don't want to subscribe to this or that. Like, trying to get people to do cross-platform subscribing is actually very, very difficult. So I want to try to do right by you guys who actually do kind of bother with that. Okay, what is the next barn upgrade? 450 wood, 200 stone. Why am I always short on stone? Okay, so 450. Okay, just, you know what, take the stack. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh, they're barking. I'm hoping they'll just calm themselves down. Okay, they stopped. I'm like, I don't want to make a big deal about it every time they start barking. So I'm like, calm yourselves. Calm yourselves. Oh, it's because my husband's home. That's why. That's why they're freaking out. Okay. So let me get this done. Gotta buy my own stone. Okay. Just chipping away at that money. Okay, okay. We are actually going to move it first. Because I remember the last time I built it when the animals were out. And so it didn't line up. But now it does. So now we can get... There we go. No, not the big shed. Big barn. Okay. There we go. Okay, she's gonna start first thing in the morning. He went out to the garage. I don't hear any barking, so we should be good. I did not realize, like, how stressed I was about the dogs until he just came home. I'm just like, okay. Like, he can take care of it. It's fine. Gosh, okay, so looking at this map compared to the one that I now have in my modded one, so different. So different. This one's, like, minuscule in comparison. It's so tiny. And there's, like, no people. Because I'll have to actually put a list of all the mods that I put on my Stardew on the PC. Because I have the modded and unmodded versions. And, yeah, there's a bunch of them. So many mods. But there's a... How many expansions? I put, like, 3 expansions on it. So there's, like, tons of new areas, and... I don't know, I just have a lot of fun with that one. Okay. Why am I'm always so low on stone. And I have way too much sap. Okay. 'Tis Wednesday. What should we do of a Wednesday? I should actually be taking another gift over to the dwarf. We can have one of those. And Kent... Wait, no. 3. Okay. Okay, so let's go find Kent. Go track him down. Just pray for me, because this is going to be a long week. Because when I let the dogs out, normally I go out with all of them. But now that I have Atlas, it's going to be really hard because I'm going to have to put him on a leash, go take him out, and then bring him back in, take all 3 dogs out. Is he... Okay. He's not up there. Yeah, it's It's gonna be interesting. Okay. Oh. He just talked about how he lost friends in battle. Ken is just one of those characters. I feel so bad for him. But, like, also Jody, because now she's, like... I don't know if we've actually had that cutscene, but there's a couple scenes that, like, you can tell it's really hard on Jody having her husband back when he's in, like, bad condition. And he's trying, but, like... their whole dynamic is just kind of, like, sad. Okay. How are we doing with friendship? Okay, so Kent's almost there. He's at 9. Okay, we got a while left with the dwarf, and then Leo. Leo's so hard because he's... I think we finally have the cutscene, so he is here sometimes, but then he's over on the island sometimes, and I don't really know his schedule very well. Let's see. Oh, we haven't had his cutscene yet. Okay, so Leo is not here yet, so he's on the island. But me trying to get to the island when I don't have the obelisk is kind of a pain. Also, I cannot remember the requirements to get the obelisk to the island. I want to say I have everything, but then again, I'm not too sure. Let's actually look that up real quick. Whoa. So many notifications on my phone. Okay. Yeah, normally I hate looking things up when I'm streaming, but sometimes you gotta. Yeah, here we go. And it's like, what do I look up to actually find what exactly I'm looking for? Let's see. Wizard's Tower. Buildings. Okay. So let's see. The island obelisk is 10 iridium bars, 10 dragon's teeth, and 10 bananas. I think I was waiting on the bananas. So I finally have enough. Okay, I need to ship one of those. Do I have... Okay, yeah, I have 10 iridium. Beep. No, wait, no. I don't need 11 of those. And then my dragon teeth. Okay. And now, I'm actually going to get there before he closes his house. So that is one thing with Stardew Valley Expanded. I don't know who this might interest, but I know it might interest someone. They make the wizard... You can marry him. So that's definitely a new thing. Mods are interesting. Although I think JD was the one who wanted to marry Marnie. I'm pretty sure there's a mod for that. I'm pretty sure there's a mod for like everything, and honestly it kind of scares me, the idea of delving into that too deeply. Okay, Rasmodius, I have need of this book. Oh my gosh, it's 1,000,000 gold. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Okay, where do I want it? Do I want you... Ouch. And there goes all my money. Look, Rasmodius, you're not the only one who can teleport. Okay, so now... Now I can teleport directly to the island. Look at that! That is going to save me so much time and money. Because at this point, I still have to pay 1,000 gold to get from Willie's shop to here. So now, I can freely teleport wherever the heck I want. It's magnificent, I tell you. Hi, Sam. What have you been doing all day? Earlier, I listened to our live recording from that show we played. Remember that? Man, that was sloppy. Aw. It made me a little nervous that you were there. I didn't want to mess up and have you think I was a loser. Aw, Sam, you're so cute! Oh, I love him so much. Okay, so Reed is back in bed, and Lyric is in her bed. Okay, so yeah, we found the radioactive carp and the glacier fish. Which, honestly, I remember the glacier fish being, like, one of the hardest fish to get in the game. I think the octopus and the legend are supposed to be, like, the two most difficult ones. But I've had way more problems with the glacier fish. Okay, well, that was the last day of this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Be on the lookout for me going live on the Discord channel. If you want to be a part of that and hear the crazy story, please feel free to subscribe or join my Discord channel. If you want to catch up on all of the previous episodes of this, or Minecraft, or Slime Rancher, please feel free to go to my YouTube channel, which is linked on Twitch. And please feel free to follow me on Twitch if you like what you saw and if you want to see more from me. But I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is back to free voting instead of theme days. So I think what I want to do for theme days is probably do it like maybe the third week of the month. Because I want to do them more regularly, but I think too much of a good thing can kind of be a bad thing. So I think we'll see how it goes, like maybe 1 week a month. But once again, I will be back tomorrow with an episode of my Discord Members' Choice. But until then, I hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!